trickery is this? Mal'Ganis! I don't know how you survived, but
Calm yourself, Prince Arthas. I am Tichondrius. Like Mal'Ganis, I am a Dreadlord. But I am not your enemy. In truth, I've come to congratulate you.
Congratulate me?
By killing your own father and delivering this land to the Scourge, you have passed your first test. The Lich King is pleased with your enthusiasm.
Yes. I've damned everyone and everything I've ever loved in his name. And I still feel no remorse, no shame, no pity.
The rune blade that you carry was forged by the Lich King and empowered to steal souls. Yours was the first one it claimed.
Then I'll make do without one. What is the Lich King's will?
The cult of the damned must be rallied once again. Many of the acolytes have been in hiding amongst the populace. Once you've rallied them, I will give you further instructions.
Tread lightly. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Greetings, great lord. Our master, Kel'Thuzad, told us that you would come.
Kel'Thuzad? How could he have known it?
Be wary. If the townsfolk see your undead minions, they'll call the local guards to stop you.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
The dead have risen again.
At last. This is more like it.
The dead have risen again. Guards!
At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last.
Mercy, my lord.
Seek out the local graveyards. Those buried there will serve you well.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Prince Arthas, arm yourselves!
Faithless coward. Ah, at last. No one orders me around. What is it now? Finally. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Finally. What is it now? No one orders me around. Speak, fools. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Must be. Tread lightly. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Speak, fool. Finally.
I shall be your eyes. All shall be revealed. Let's see. All shall be revealed.
What is it now? Ah, at last. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah,
Mercy,
at
my lord.
last.
Only to serve.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
I bow to
Finally.
your will.
Frostmourne hungers.
My life for
Finally.
Nazul.
Ah, at last. Faithless coward.
I
Finally.
live only to serve.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
This is more like it. Speak, fool. No one orders me around.
Finally.
At last. What needs revealing? I shall be your eyes.
Our forces are under
Let's
attack.
see.
Tread lightly. Finally.
At last.
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers.
What is it?
Must be. Speak, fool.
Finally.
My life for Nazul.
Dead have risen
Frostmourne hungers.
Guards!
At
Mercy,
last.
my lord.
Frostmourne hungers.
Mercy,
This
my
is
lord.
my life for Nazul. At last, I bow
Finally.
to your will.
Help! The undead
at
have
last.
returned.
Finally.
This is more like it.
Finally.
This is more like it.
To serve.
At last, Frostmourne hungers. At last, Frostmourne hungers. At last, Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last,
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers.
I'm in luck. These graves were dug recently. Arise in the name of the Lich
The
King.
undead! Sound the alarm!
Must be.
What is it now?
At last, Frostmourne hungers. At last, this is more like it.
Tread lightly.
Must
Speak. Run! No one orders me around. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Tread lightly.
speak, fool.
No one orders me around. What is it now? No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Finally. What is it now? Frostborn hunger.
Stand ready.
At last.
Speak, fool.
Tread lightly.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
I live
at
only to
last.
serve, great lord. Finally.
Frostmourne hungers.
No one orders me around.
Speak, fool.
What is it now?
Speak, fool.
Tread lightly. What is it now? No one orders me around.
The damned stand ready.
What is it now?
Must be.
Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Ah, at last. What is it now? I'll make sure you suffer.
Must be.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last.
I bow
Finally.
to your will.
Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around.
I live only to serve.
At last. What is it now?
Must be.
Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
I live only to
Frostmourne
serve.
hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
My life
This is more like
Nezul.
it.
Mercy,
Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
Kill them all!
Finally. This is more like it.
I bow
at
to
last.
your will.
Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at
The damned
last.
stand ready.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Ah,
You should burn in hell.
Mercy, my lord.
My life for
Hungers.
Nezul.
this is more like it.
Must be.
What is it now? Tread lightly. Speak, fool. What is it? No one orders me.
Must be.
What is it?
Must be.
Speak, fool. Ah, at last. What is it now? Speak, fool.
Must be.
Tread lightly.
Dead have risen again. Gods.
Speak, fool.
Must be. Must be.
No one orders me around. What is it now?
Must build. Must build.
Tread lightly. Finally.
Must build. Must build. Must build.
No one orders me around.
Must build.
What is it now?
Must build.
Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Tread lightly. What is it now? Ah, at last. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Must be.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. This is more like it.
Must build. Must build.
Tread lightly. Ah, at last.
must feed.
Speak, fool.
Tread lightly.
That must feed. That.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around.
Speak, fool. This is more like it.
Must feed.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool. Ah, at last. What is it? Tread lightly. Speak, fool. No one wants me around. What is it now? No one orders me around. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. What is it now? Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. For the Lich King, I bow. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it.
Well done, Death Knight. The cult is nearly assembled.
Lordaeron lies in ashes. What good are these cultists to us now?
They will aid you in your next undertaking.
And what's that?
You will go to Underhall and recover the remains of the Acolyte's former master, the necromancer, Kel'Thuzad.